Yo guys, what's up? Will Scully with AudioSavings.com. Thank you for tuning in. We're here at NAMM 2015. We're at the Electro-Voice tent. Now, it's funny, I'm a club guy. I'm always in the club. And you know, guys, you're seeing Electro-Voice more and more and more and more. And it's definitely got that reputation if you haven't heard already. But we've got Mike here. We've got a brand new release by Electro-Voice, the EKX series. Go ahead and take it away and tell our viewers what we can expect from these bad boys.
Yeah, I mean, they're incredible. As you said, we are certainly have come a long way in the last few years. We're really understanding that portable powered loudspeakers are more and more popular, and we're capturing as much of that market as possible. We identified a gap in our portfolio at a price point that is very, very popular with the end users, and that's exactly where EKX falls in.
Yep.
So now we have a full family of loudspeakers, starting with ZLX, then ELX or LiveX, now EKX, and then on the top end what we introduced last year with ETX.
Okay.
So EKX sits right in the middle of this family now and provides an exceptional value for guys. We're looking at a price point between, for the powered boxes, $799 and $999, and in the models, there are 4 powered and 4 passive models. So there's a 12-inch two-way, 15-inch two-way, 15-inch sub, and 18-inch sub in the line. Okay. 1,500 watt enclosures. Obviously, tremendously great looking box. You know, we have a consistent look through our line, so you can see what an EV box looks like. They look just fantastic. Now, of course, we've incorporated our Quick Smart DSP. So for the users, there's all kinds of different parameters on the box that you can use as an interface with an LCD screen. So right on the back, we can see immediately we'll have input metering. So we're sending signal in, we can see what our input level is.
Really? You got your input meter all the way across here? Wow.
For each individual channel also, yeah.
That's a first. Very cool. Like that. Okay, continue please.
Yeah, on the back, obviously, the inputs, you've got combo jacks, so 1/4-inch XLR, you've got RCA inputs, and then, of course, an output if you're daisy chaining things. You've got individual level control on the input side as well as a master side. So this actually works as an onboard mixer right onto the box. You can adjust, you know, maybe a microphone here and line level signal or something, you know, out of your mixer, music on this side, and have individual level control and then overall master volume here.
Yeah, terrific. Yeah, and I guess so. So in the center is unity, and then you've got you can dive off, and then do you know how many dB of gain you have on these 2 channels?
You know, I don't. I'll have to go find the smart kids and ask them. I'm just a dumb sales guy, so.
Yeah, let's not geek out too much, but impressive, man. I'm loving it already. So what else can we expect from these? Or have we about covered it?
No, there's a lot more actually. If you look at the different presets and the things that we have in here, there's presets for a music or playback setting, great for DJ. There's a live sound setting, there's a speech setting, there's a club setting. So you dial that in. Then it wants to know, hey, how are you using me? Am I up on a tripod? Or am I being used as a monitor? Am I mounted to the wall? Or am I flown from my suspension hardware on the top? There are crossover settings at 80 hertz, 100 hertz, 120 hertz, 150 hertz. You've got presets for the Electro-Voice subwoofers, so EKX subs, ELX subs. You can dial that in. Treble, mid, bass, you can change all that. You've got LED status, on, off, or set it as a limit light. You've got controls for how the LCD screen looks, and for the first time ever, we've included now user storage right on the box, so you can create your own preset by adjusting those parameters and then actually store and name your own preset, your own personal preset right in the box. So very cool stuff.
Man, that's so cool. Yeah, so, you know, say you have a residency, say you've got a bedroom, say you bring them to the bar for a little open mic night. You can name all these, that way you don't have to go redial in, you know, your status on every application. Now, also, when you're talking about that system, we'll flip it around back, it's basically a whole drive rack built into the speaker itself. So there's a lot to be gained from that. And then guys, whenever you set your speakers, so you set your powered speaker on the floor, whether you hang it, you fly it, you set it on the stage, you turn on its side, it changes the dynamics, that, you know, the SPL coming in and out of there and how those waves are able to form. Real tricky, confusing stuff I don't know that much about, but I know that a little bit of EQ goes a long way with those kind of applications. So with having this, it's kind of like having an engineer, having a drive rack, and then the great sound you get out of Electro Electro-Voice, all with one purchase, man. So just amazing. Did we leave anything out, or are you going to surprise me again?
One last big thing that I'm going to add for you. Now, the subwoofers add in one more layer of technology that is phenomenal, and what we call that is cardioid subwoofer technology. Okay? Cardioid subwoofers are basically going to allow you, when used in multiples, so if you've got more than one sub, you can configure them and dial in a setting on the back of the sub that will allow up to 35 dB rejection from the low frequencies to the rear.
Okay.
So as you're standing behind the subs, it's not crushing your head all night. Or if you're a DJ and you're playing a ballroom or something like this, and the guys next door are screaming at you to turn it down, you can dial this in, focus all that subwoofer low frequency energy into the room you want, and you're not bothering people behind you.
How were you guys able to accomplish that? I see where you're going with this, but what do you do to achieve that inside the system?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things that's beyond my scope of really understanding how it works, but our engineers are able to apply signal processing that does some phase alignment things, it does some delay things, and some other frequency adjustments that will allow cancellation behind the subs. It's used in the biggest touring systems in the world. We're condensing it down and bringing it into an accessible PA that everybody can afford and really get the benefits out of that. Think of a DJ that's using vinyl, you know, needles bouncing from the low end. We can dial this in and keep our turntables nice and stable all night, but still be crushing them out front. Really cool stuff.
Isn't that cool? We like our bass, but not too much. You don't want to jump a needle, but you know, it's interesting when you can focus all that bass, all those frequencies in a forward motion and a cardioid pattern. You really achieve something. There's you know, a couple things. You get trapped signals. You get like where it creates a loop. So that's why when you walk in one side of the room, you get that woo. It's that real boomy, overbearing, and it's just bass getting trapped. When you shoot it all out there, out the front where it's supposed to be, then you can get that good even disbursement across the dance floor and not have these big bass traps. Also, not have, say, the neighbors, the restaurant, whoever it is on the other side of these walls just getting blown out. Because believe it or not, and I've heard it, sometimes it's louder in the other room than it is in the original, you know, arena or whatever you have. So something to think about. Way to go, man. Electro-Voice, I mean it, man. One of my favorites. You guys have a great sound. Mike, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. NAMM 2015 coverage. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Will Scully.